to easy pose as a beginning of your mindfulness practice. So we might habitually come and sit in a certain way, but let it be a little bit informed by your awareness. Arranging yourself carefully into the shape that suits your body. If your knees are up higher than your hips, it's really good to sit up on something to give you some support. So we externally rotate in the hips and then internally rotate the awareness. Rest your hands on your legs lightly. Lean slightly forward so that your weight is grounding and you don't have to make any effort. Relax your eyes. Follow your breath. Move the breath through the nose with sound. The sound coming from the throat, a little constriction in the throat, creates that kind of ha sound of the breath. And then bring yourself nice and upright so that your shoulders are over your hips and your head is centered and upright as well. Draw your low belly towards your spine lightly, just creating that energetic awareness, Uddiyana Bandha. The breath is above. Relax your eyes. And just notice how just a few moments of being present with your breathing brings some calmness. And let an exhale finish. Bring your hands together and just create a little bit of warmth by rubbing the palms. Feel the energy of the hands. And then take your fingertips just underneath your eyebrows, pressing in and up, just lightly. Now that your arms are not supporting your seat, use the bandhas to help you sit tall. I'm going to slowly sweep up the forehead, over the top of your head, just creating a little gentle friction, and down the back, and then sweep the jawline to come back to center. Just a little refresh, a little quiet space. So we have the breath to be aware of, the body, the right now. You're taking care of yourself. You are safe. You can create peace. So creating that peacefulness in the breathing. Gently let it be determined. Flow steadily throughout the practice. And we'll bring peace into our bodies with our movements, our physical practice, and that can all help us bring peace to our brains. Either hum your exhale or sound the om. Inhale deeply. Om. Sound of all sounds, the sound of everything. And release your hands and wrists, circle a few times both ways. Leaning back, squeeze your legs in. Release your legs straight out, use support, point your toes. Draw back your toes. Cross the other way, squeeze in, take away your arms. Just use your balance on your sacrum and try to curl your feet in towards your body. Maybe get small. And then tuck your chin and carefully rock back. Bringing the knees into the chest, head towards the knees. And then a little momentum towards your head with your legs, and then you can hold your shins and rock up, cross, and take back your legs. Come to quarter dog, tuck your toes under. Carefully sink your hips back, let your head come down, and find a nice uplift under the armpits. Hands spread upon the earth. Nice alternative for downward dog if you ever want to have that more grounded shape. Deep breathing. Exhale. One more time. Coming up, release your toes. Tops of the feet plant. Walk your hands further away. So keep the hips up high and come to heart chakra pose. So it's similar to what we just did. Releasing head towards the floor. Feet can come together to help give you some more support there. Just trying to reach your heart center towards the earth. It's probably more effortful than quarter dog pose. And exhale, heart towards the earth. And then coming up and creating your plank pose. So hands spiraling outward, spreading, tuck under the toes, lift up your knees, and come back to your plank. If you can bring your knees down if you need to. Try to bring your hips level. And then reach back to downward dog shape and back up to light plank. Just flow between those two a few times. Establish one and establish the other. Keep the breath steady and rhythmic. So my down dog ends up being very stretched out in this variation. You may experience that as well. And next time you come back to downward dog, step your feet into your usual position where you can bring your heels towards the floor. Head hangs free like a persimmon on a tree. Nice uplift in the low belly. So the awareness is there. Waves of breath. One more time. And bend your knees, look between your hands, and jump your feet off the floor a couple of times. Just playfully. And then try to use that jump to bring yourself a little bit forward. Finish your journey. And breathe out, fold in. Take another deep breath. Belly up, head down. Let your hands trace your feet and the fronts of your legs. Come up the center line. Reach for the sky. And breathe out. Mountain pose. Pick up each foot and settle it back onto the earth. Make a nice connection there. Gently bring your arms into your sides. Have a moment just to move the energy from where we were to where we are. Settling into standing. Steady eyes. And then widen out your stance a little bit. Just comfortable, easy, wide legs. Weave your fingers together, accept your index fingers, and cross your thumbs. A little bit of squeezing in the hands as you take your arms up, shoulders down. Gaze up to your comfort. Engage your low belly. Breathe deeply. One more time with the squeeze. Soften the squeeze and 5 big circles to the right. Try one with the legs pretty straight. Try one with some bend in the knees. Just let your whole body participate. Find a nice little flow a few more times around. When you come back to the top, give a little squeeze. And then release your hands back to your heart. Just take a free breath. Other side, weave the fingers the other way, cross the thumbs the other way. Inhale, arms up. So the low ribs come down and together to anchor the front body. And our circles, try a straight leg circle to the left, a bent knee circle to the left. And then just enjoy your own favorite way with the legs for a few more times. Just be present with your breath, movement flowing, energy flowing. Back up to the top with the squeeze. And release your hands down. Step back into mountain, feet under the hips or together. Surya Namaskar. Honoring the sun, reaching up. Breathing in. Slowly breathe out to forward fold. Enjoy the flow between the movements. Halfway lifting, inhale, nose gaze. Exhale, establish plank pose. And let's try hugging the elbows and bending them a few times. Little dips. So it's a tricep style push up in yoga. One more time, go a little lower if you can. Arms strong and straight. Ease your belly forward, shoulders back, upward facing dog. Exhale comes, flow to downward dog. On the exhales, let your heart reach for the earth. Try to relax any holding in your head. So just gaze back between your feet or your legs. Maybe experience that whoosh of blood flow into the brain. Exhale. Inhale, step or hop forward. Breathe in, lift halfway. Breathe out, fold in. Inhale, flow up to standing, rise, reach. Top of that inhale, and then the exhale comes, let your own arms return to your heart center. Let's do arms wide this time, like you're just trying to reach around the sun. Breathe out, slowly forward fold. Hands where they land. Head curls in here. And then we extend the spine in the half lift pose. Bend, spread, go back. Knees down, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, 5 breaths. Just repeating these movements as we warm up our bodies. Moving that energy along the central channel. And releasing tension. Press the heels of the hands, nice uplift in the belly, head down, exhale. Inhale, step your right leg forward to Ashta Chandrasana, so it's the high lunge. Concentrate and balance coming up, so we're on the balls of the back foot. Take up your arms. Unless you're using an altar for balance, that's fine. So always holding your waist or using it in the center can help with balance. And then let's revolve. You could hook and press palms if you want. Just create a nice twist in your spine. Focus on not falling over. Exhale once more. And then straighten your leg and round your back heel. So that's gonna ease things up to come into triangle pose. Reaching up and down. Radiating from your navel center. Feel that low belly towards the spine, especially on your exhales. Just try to establish it again and again. Exhale one more time. Breathe in, come up. And change sides, so stepping forward Step back to that Ashta Chandrasana. And just settle into the shape. Concentrate with steady eyes and breathing. Add the revolution. Around to the side. So just create some nice opening in your body. Let yourself concentrate deeply on holding steady. One more breath out. Inhale, untwist, straighten your leg, ground your back heel, and exhale, triangle pose. Try to release any gripping in your feet. Trust that having them open and grounded is the way. That earth energy, grounding energy, strong in the standing poses. Then release with your next inhale, come up. Exhale, release your arms and turn your feet sideways on your mat, goddess pose. So wide squat, knees heading out towards the toes. Come down the center to your own degree. Bring your elbows and hands together and rest your thumbs at your third eye center. If you would like to lift your heels, you can try that. Release the heels if they've lifted. Just come nice and low and focus on centering and stillness. Breathe out. Breathe in, release out to star pose for 5. Just light. The feet press pretty strongly, holding all their weight. The arms reach lightly. Let energy radiate in all these directions one more time. And exhale, release your arms. And back to the top of your mat. Warrior 8, Virabhadrasana, right leg back, left knee bends over ankle, hips square towards the front. You don't have to force them to come all the way, but just try to square. Squaring, also grounding, pelvis is down. Let's take the elbows wide. Gaze towards your nose tip. Exhale. Breathe in, reach up your arms. And breathe out, hands to heart center. Open to warrior B, so back toes turn out. A little more space between the feet if you need it. Reach front and back as we have a nice turn of the head here to gaze off the front fingertips. If possible, let your eyes close a moment and just experience the equal feeling in the arms. We associate so much with our front body, what we see, but let's try to feel both arms equally. Breathe out. Inhale into reverse warrior. Your own favorite way, you can hook your hands or just reach up and back. Create a little back bend. Keep your knees centered. Try to relax into the shape. Each pose a meditative, complete energy form. One more time. Release your exhale. And then inhale. Come out. Step forward. Other side, step back. A version. Hips towards the front, lowering. Let's do those courageous mudra today. Thumbs wide, interlace, hands across your heart center. Unshakable courage. So we're mindful of our bodies and our breath. Try to be really present. Breathe out. Let's do that. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach down, hands down. And then open to warrior B. Back toes turn out, arms reach, head turns. So we have a nice balance here of the back body and the front body. Thinking of broad across your upper back and your chest. We'll try that. Closing the eyes, just try to experience your back and your front equally. Breathing out, notice how peace is permeating. Reverse warrior, last one. So up and back, hands together. Kind of cradle your head into that arm if you like. Be present with the pose. Concentration leads us to meditation. So we're concentrating on all these actions in the body in a calm way. Breathe out. Release. Turn to the side and back to the top. And let's take the tree pose. Just keeping your branch low, medium or high, wherever you like to work with it today. Either side, we'll do both sides. So giving ourselves a little adversity that we can handle. We can work with ourselves. So the legs work together. The concentration is very strong. Eyes steady. Breath steady. Simply try again if you lose your balance. Be as calm as you can. Let your face smooth. And be present with one more breath. Come down slowly if you can. Resist putting that foot down for a moment. And then land into both legs. Take a breath. Take some time to experience before taking the other side. So that hip turning down on the other side. Choose your branch. So the foot presses the leg and the leg presses back into the foot, and we have that give and take. Compensate. The head comes a little bit more over towards the bent knee side of the torso. Standing tall. Experiencing the miracle of your foot. All those bones and joints. Calmly stay a few more rounds of breath. And release slowly. Resist putting the foot down if you can. And then let it come down and just be present with the sensations. Gratitude for the practice. Just doing your best. And then reach up, breathe in. Keep this length as you fold. And let's kind of forward fold for several rounds of breath. Hug your elbows, big toes, your favorite one today. Knees have a little bit of softness or more as needed. Make sure your head is releasing. One more time, deep breath flowing through. And then bring your hands to the floor, spread them out, step back your legs. And lower to your belly, knees down, hug in the elbows, lower. Cobra pose, 5 breaths. The legs gently gather together, reaching through the toes. Lift your chest off the floor. Feel your belly breathing. One more time. And release down, turn your head to the right. Just relax for a moment, let your heels fall apart from each other. And bring your head over the other way. Just let yourself relax, grounding. Five. And then inhale. Return to center. Come up to Sphinx pose. So we bring the elbows under the shoulders. If that is too intense for you, just bring your arms more away. So reactivate your legs. Zip up the legs and feet. And the muscles of the feet and legs are activated. Bum does activate as you press your pelvis forward. One more time. And let's transition to dolphin pose. So I'm going to bring the elbows back in a little closer, hands together, tuck toes, hips up, walk your feet in, hang your head down. Perhaps picturing the most joyful dolphin image you can think of. Breathe out. Bring your knees down, cross your ankles, and just come to easy pose. Sit up tall, breathe in. Breathe out, twist to the right side. Looking back, just create nice sensation. So stay nice and tall as you twist your spine, create space. Really focus your breath on releasing tension, the last breath. As the exhale ends, come back to center. You breathe in with a tall spine, come around the other way. So you create the depth of the twist. The back hand is nice and open. Stay lifted. Release tension around your spine. Bring awareness there. One more breath. Exhale. As it finishes, come back to center. And let us come to Anjaneyasana from here. So we can flow. And then step your right leg forward, bring your back knee down. Cushion your knee if you're sensitive there. So just a folded in mat layer or have a blanket or something soft. And let your front knee track out towards your toes. Shoulders down. Leave your fingers behind your back to stretch your chest and just invigorate your heart center. Nose gaze. Breathe out once more. And release your arms, bring your knee back over your ankle. Bend your back knee so you'll actually be above your knee and reach for your foot. And then twist a little bit towards that bent knee side, that back side, so your left. Concentrate. And release your legs for the other side. A little bit of a flow. Like a reset button. Step your left leg forward, Anjaneyasana. Leave your fingers the other way. Gaze towards your nose, so downward gaze. We just want to soften the eyes, have an internal focus in mind, and just let them be soft and receptive. Exhale once more. Knee comes back over ankle, bend the back knee, reach for your foot or ankle, and a little twist towards that side. Concentrate. Deeply breathe again. And release your leg down. Hands spread, dip your chest towards the floor. Upward dog. Downward dog. And return to your bellies. You can hug in your elbows and lower. Dhanurasana, bow pose. So we want to press the pelvis towards the floor, lift the whole rib cage. Bend your knees, reach back for your ankles or feet, and lift up your knees, lift your chest, gaze towards your nose. There'll be some rocking as you breathe. So the ankles or feet press into the arms to create that bow. Dhanurasana, one more breath. And release. Go back to child's pose. Knees close or wide. Just settle the energy from that strong back bend of the bow. So yoga teaches us that we can use our breath and our bodies to create qualities of energy. Forward folds are calming to the nervous system. Back bends are stimulating, but in a positive way. Just let yourself feel that calming quality. Long exhales, a few more times. Let the breath find space. Soft as you can, last time. Exhaling, linger in the emptiness. Tell yourself it's okay, stay calm. And when your in-breath is ready, let it come in. And rise up, taking your right knee forward, pigeon pose. So if it's folded, but we do bring the heel just to the outside. The other leg goes straight back. Ease your way forward with your arms. Down. Let your head release. We do have to concentrate here and use the bandhas. Just have just the right amount of sensation. Three. Slow down the breaths. Exhale. And walk your hands and arms back in, adding the bent knee to the back leg. So I'm going to stretch the quadriceps. Go back and catch it, inside or outside, whatever feels good. Use your other arm for support. Expansive breathing. Fourth breath. And release these actions, spread your hands, step back to downward dog, and lift that leg up into three-leg dog. Just let it find some space in that hip joint. Reach your leg, you can turn to the side of the knee, bend if you like. Relax what you can. And release. Take one more breath out. And bring your other knee forward. Straight back with the other leg. Arms are supported to help you stay centered. Come forward a bit. Let your head relax. And just work with your body as far as how low come. Spread awareness throughout the body. That back foot to the hands. You can always reset your kneecap if you need to. Slowly breathe. Just one more time. One hand at a time, walking you back upright. Bend your back knee. Reach for it, optional. Inside or outside. Inside feels pretty nice today. You changed your shoulder. Just do what you did on the other side, if possible. We work with each side of the body and meet it where it is, but have the intention of creating equalness. And one more exhale. Going back to that downward dog with the 3-leg version, lifting up. Let's give some space to your hip joint. Then add the knee bend if you like. Give some new perspective. Really stretch the breath into the whole rib cage. And then when you breathe out, bring your leg down. Enjoy that exhale release. And then bring your knees down and come up. So you can add cushioning underneath your knees if you like. Hold your center, just centering hands at the waist. Focus on the subtleties of balancing here. Teaching the tops of the feet to ground into the earth. So we have our support. Take your hands to your heart center. Breathe in. Breathe out, just lean back. It doesn't have to be a lot, just lean your weight straight back. Keep a downward gaze. Just explore going back slightly more, finish the breath, and then inhale, lead with your heart to come up. So that's really important to bring your heart up first before your head. So we can repeat that one, or try arms reaching out and back, leaning back. Trust the tops of the feet. Lift the whole rib cage. Challenge yourself a little bit on this last breath. So you can go back a little bit more and then lead with your heart to come up. Repeat either of those. Last one, Ustrasana, camel pose. Taking the heels, if you want to tuck your toes under to have more lift. So keep these principles in mind that the pelvis is forward, rib cage is lifting, grounded in the legs and feet. Just carefully come back. Keep your head and neck comfortable. If it feels okay to take your head back, you may. 2. As you exhale, really focus on your heart center. Inhale, lead with your chest as you come up. Hands down, cross legs, forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Calming it down. Maybe a second hand position. Just reach where you reach. If you can reach your feet, try tops of the feet. The floor is also interesting. Just try to release your entire back body. And breathe out one more time. Inhale, coming up. Point your toes, fingers forward, hands back for Uttanasana. So we stretch the front of the body here. You can just do the heart lift or lift your hips as well. And again, if it's comfortable to take your head back, just let your neck be long, gaze towards your nose. Lengthen your throat. Squeeze your glutes to create the uplift. One more breath. And relax as you release. Folding in the right leg, opening to the side. And coming forward again, Janushirasana. Knee head pose. Let your head come towards your knee. Just not really try to let your compassion help you not judge your body. Just all of it is a miracle. Do your best. Take care of yourself. Right now, the breath really anchored to the brain anchored to the breath. Stay connected with that flow of energy in and out. One more time, breathe out. Inhale, come up, and let's go to the other side. Fold the knee onto the side. Like your seated tree pose. A little twist as we head out towards the straight leg foot. Head over knee. Nice breathing into the places in your body where you feel things being released and lengthened. Focus this last breath on your low back on the left side of your body. And then inhale, coming up. Let's do Navasana, the low boat pose. Feet together, leaning back, find your balance. So stay if this is enough. Challenge. If you can, take your legs out. Just keep your legs low. Feel some nice strengthening. Welcome that strength. Power. Power up your core. One more time. Give it energy. And release. Coming back, tuck your chin. Release to the earth. Bring your feet into Baddha Konasana, Supta Baddha Konasana, reclining bound angle pose. Let the feet find each other and line up and rest into each other. Take your hands to your inner legs, just asking for some softening there. Bring your hands to your low rib cage. Your front ribs draw together and down as you exhale. Feel the breathing. If your low back is really lifted, you might just reset your pelvis a little bit so you're comfortable here. And let's bring the interlaced hands behind the skull, elbows wide. Let your eyes relax. Notice how light permeates the eyes, even when they're closed. If there's anything that you want to let go of, this is a good place for it. Just a little time to acknowledge our complex nature, our emotional body, our feelings. If there's anything that you'd like to let go of, just let it go. Say, I am releasing whatever it is to yourself. Breathe out one more time. And release your knees upright, feet back to the floor. And release your arms. Let's do Urdhva Dhanurasana, so upward facing bow pose variations. We'll do 3. So start with Setu Bandhasana, where you arms are by your sides and you press your hips up. Make space for your spine if you need to slide your head away. It should be on the center back of your skull. See if you can engage Mula Bandha here a little bit, a little toning and lifting in the pelvic floor. Just trying to bring a little energy there, supporting the pose. When you breathe out next, bring your spine down. Inhale, lift again. And this time, one shoulder at a time, coming underneath. Bring your fingers together. Reach towards your feet, centered on the back of the skull. Really let the open feet press the earth. Heels press. Deeply breathe again. And carefully release your arms and come down. Repeating either of those. If you want to try to press up, if we don't do this regularly, but if you'd like to try, you can just try the hand position and lift up your hips. You take your hands by your ears, shoulders. Lift the corners of your mouth, if nothing else. One more breath. Coming down carefully, top of the head. Release. And bring in the knees. Counter pose here, forward fold on our backs with the knees coming in. And let's do a little circles with the knees to just massage the sacrum against the earth. Go the other way. And then rest the knees in towards the body. Take both knees over to the left side. Stacking the knees or keeping space between them. And then turn your head and reach out the other way. So we're trying to concentrate energy along that main river of energy in the body, the Sushumna, the spinal cord. So just have awareness of that central line of energy as you rest in the shape. Shining that central channel with our awareness. Steady breathing. Breathe out once more. Inhale, change to the other side. Just take a little time, transition. Set up your body in the other direction. And then relax and release. Just have the central line awareness. Get your eyes closed. Breath flowing. Last time, enjoy one more big slow breath. Notice how deeply you can breathe when you're still. When that's complete, come back to center on your back. So some choices here. I had some requests for some shoulder stand plow work. But if you're not comfortable coming up, if you have serious neck issues, just do the legs up in the air or up at the wall. So you could take a little time to set yourself up against the wall as some lovely practice. So if you are going to come up to shoulder stand, you want to keep your head flat on the floor. centered. Bring your arms by your sides and reach your feet up towards the sky and come back down. So we'll do this, lift up a few times just to train the body. Really commit to that centered head. And then bring your hands to your back body to catch yourself. Reach your legs towards the sky. So that hands create length at the back of the body. It's okay if you don't come all the way up. It's still very valuable. Inverting the body's energy. And then if you're comfortable, try a little bit of bicycling with your legs. Just playful, pedaling the feet around. Pedal the other direction. And then reach up again. Really use that reaching energy all the way through the feet. And then breathe out, bring your legs overhead towards the floor. Release your hands, relieve your fingers. Or stretch the hands away from the hips. These are quieting poses for the mind. Leave your fingers the other way a little bit longer. And then release your hands and let your spine roll slowly back down to the earth. And bring in your legs once more. Close your eyes, just feel that experience. And then rocking up to seated or going to one side. Cross your legs, hands back, heart lifting pose, or Matsyasana variation, just to release our throat. Gaze downward towards your nose. And then release just to your easy pose, or deepen it if you would like. My favorite these days is tucking my toes in the spaces between the folded legs. Sastikasana, one of the auspicious positions for meditative practice. We want to be able to feel steady and comfortable. Sthira Sukha Asanam. Taking your dominant hand, first two fingers rest on your third eye center. Just touch that calming point. Breathe through your nose. And then breathe in from the left, so lightly close the right. Lightly close the left, exhale to the right. So that Chandra, the left side breathing, starting left each time. Twice more. Be very light with your nose. When that breath is complete, release your hand. Up one hand, stay open, and the other stay grounded. Just to balance that energy, giving and receiving. Notice the quality from that left side breathing. Activates the parasympathetic nervous system. Has proven cardiovascular benefits. Exhale. Let's try another little exciting lift up to finish from the Ashtanga tradition. So we have the legs together. Place your hands by your hips and lift something. So lean forward. See if you can pick it up. Pick up your hips or corners of the mouth. Press the earth. Lolasana. And release. Coming to your back for a little rest. Finish. Optional to flow through if you would like one more time. Wrap up in your blanket. Although it's so nice and warm today, you might not need anything. So lie down, take rest. Arranging, just like we've arranged our bodies in all the other shapes. Shavasana, release, receive. It's a process of settling. When benefits of our practice be assimilated into our tissues, into our energy body. As that Anumana Kosha, the outer layer, relaxes, then the energetic pranic layer can be felt more noticeably. A sense of lightness as all effort releases. Have a look at the apple tree in your yard. Look at it with complete attention. It is truly a miracle. If you notice the apple tree, you will take good care of it, and you too are part of its miraculousness. Even after caring for it for only a week, its leaves are already greener and shinier. It is exactly the same with the people who are around you. Under the influence of awareness, you become more attentive, understanding, and loving. And your presence not only nourishes you and makes you lovelier, it enhances them as well. Our entire society can be changed by one person's peaceful presence. Those are some wise words from Thich Nhat Hanh. Let your peacefulness radiate. Take a deeper breath. Next time you inhale, just invite it to really fill you up. Exhale, be completely soft. You breathe in again, weave your fingers and press up towards the sky, and then overhead, and then release your fingers and arms come down by your sides. Transitioning back to your seated pose. letting this shape elicit a response of awareness and attentiveness to the breath and body, just by coming into this shape. Let it be sweet and easy, not having to make any great efforts. The woven fingers represent new beginnings, Ushas Mudra. Release hands to the heart center with the elbows lifted to really bring that pranic energy into the heart as you share your intention, your own intention. Let it radiate through you and around you. And let's just connect with everything and sound the Om. Lovely. Thank you all so much for practicing with me today. Have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy the weather. And hopefully we'll have some resolution.
Thank you.